Gerald was into rheumatology, pain management as a specialist. He travelled a lot. He got a bursary and a grant to look at back pain around the world, and he did that on his own. And when he came back, acupuncture was making headlines with Nixon. Somebody in Nixon's group had his appendix out by acupuncture anesthesia. I don't know if you remember all that. But anyway, and the Department of Health here asked Gerald if he would be interested to go to China to learn acupuncture. Prior to that, there was really hardly any of that in New Zealand. So he said, yes, I will go. And he went for 4 months, stationed in Nanjing, the old capital of China, along with other doctors from all over the world. There were about 18 of them. And he got all sorts of experience there. He went off an unbeliever, and he came back a believer by seeing the way that was done. And he was taught in hospitals in China where the long wards were just really treated by natural remedies. They didn't include any herbal remedies, it was just pure acupuncture. And they lived in the old British embassy, because Nanjing had been originally the capital of China. And he came back, and he started practicing in a mild way occasionally. But gradually he decided he wanted to take off and go around the world again and look at other things, and said, come with me too. And I said, well, I've got a job. And he said, well, give up your job and come with me. And when you come back, you can work for me. So that's what I did. And I worked in his practice. I fitted in quite well because I did all the motivational things, if they had to be motivated to exercise more. It was also the introduction of TNS and all that sort of thing, and I did all that, instructed the patients. I did helped him. I never did acupuncture myself, but I knew all about it. I thought one in the family is enough. And so I spent about the rest of my working life with just mornings only with him. And of course, if you do that in your husband's practice, half the time you have to be office girl too, and I'd be the receptionist as well. You do also, it's a multi-task sort of thing. But I did the physio things. I also got into quite deeply and enjoyed it, hypnosis. In London, we did, both of us did a hypnosis course run by psychiatrists at one of the big hospitals. We used to go in the evenings, and I was actually much better at it than Gerald. But I used that quite a lot in the practice along here, particularly for sleep problems, people who can't sleep, and that in particular, I think, and yes, that in particular, it was quite successful. Biofeedback, somebody lent us and gave us in the end a biofeedback machine. All these things were sort of coming to the fore a bit then. So I learnt to do that, which wasn't very difficult. It was very related to hypnosis, really. So I had to dabble at a lot of things. Gerald finished up about 1999, I think, 2000. But I helped. He managed, after his acupuncture course in China, the government Director General of Health wanted him to go and teach acupuncture in the university. And Gerald said, no way, because I'll just be rubbished, which he would have been. But he said, what I'll do, I'll run private courses for about 15 to 20 young doctors if they want to come. And that's what he did, probably about twice a year, for a week. We'd have these young guys coming, which was great fun, actually, because they all enjoyed it. Gerald's a very sociable guy, and he had lots of stories to tell them. And we taught them how to put needles in and this sort of thing. We gave them morning and afternoon tea, and then we finished up about 1999, I think, something like that. And we sold the practice. Well, we didn't sell the practice, there was nobody to buy it. But we've sold the house and the surgery, and we moved back, and Gerald still sees the odd patients in that little room behind me there. He saw one this morning. So I just act as office girl now, David. Make the appointments. Growl at them if they're late.